Kevin Durant, who did not have a huge offensive game last night, so it doesn't feel like the ideal time to talk about it, but still, I mean, for him, he scored 29, and it sort of felt like a quiet night. When you look at the diversity of his offensive game, is he, in your opinion, the most unstoppable offensive NBA player you've ever seen?
He's the most diverse 7-footer that I've seen, a guy that can be a 50, 40, 90 guy that can shoot the three consistently, can get his own shot off the dribble. But there's a guy named Michael Jeffrey Jordan that once played in the NBA,
right,
who was virtually unstoppable at scoring the basketball when he got going.
Kevin Durant is 7 inches taller.
I know.
7 inches taller.
Correct.
That's my only argument. That's my only argument is that, look, if you were building a basketball player, we're not talking about in tandem. We're just talking about, would you build a 7-foot 2 guard or a 6'6" 2 guard?
6'6" Michael Jordan. Okay, how about this? One of those guys played with his tongue hanging out.
I'm with you.
Okay, stop it right now.
No, I'm not trying to say, this is the thing. The argument is not that he's better than Michael Jordan or a better scorer than Michael Jordan.
You just said the prototypical basketball player would be KD.
No, I'm saying yes, if I had to build a 2 guard, I'm still going to pick the 7-foot 2 guard.
KD's not a 2 guard.
What is he?
What is
he? What is he?
Here's the problem I have. First of all, I'm older, and we always leave out the older guys. I have that as a problem. And the second thing is we always talk about perimeter guys. Maybe it's because we got perimeter guys on the air. Unstoppable guys?
Yeah.
Who stopped Kareem? Who stopped Wilt? Who stopped Shaq?
Who stopped the King?
Exactly. Why do we never, when we get into these discussions, talk about the big guys?
Because they don't do the dazzling ball handling.
No one roots for Goliath. That's why.
Well,
you're talking about
Kevin
a
Durant's
7-footer.
not Goliath?
No, he's a 2 guard.
Stop
In fairness, someone has to get those guys the ball. I'm not taking anything away from them. Kareem had one shot that was literally unstoppable. The skyhook is the single most effective offensive weapon in the history of the sport. That's not debatable. But Kevin Durant can score more different ways than any of those centers could, and he's as tall as practically any of them, and he can score all the ways Michael Jordan could, and he's 7 inches taller than Michael Jordan was. This is not about whether he's a better player than Jordan. No one in their right mind would argue that.
Nope.
But purely as a scorer, Sean Farnell, looking right at you.
I know you are.
Tell me who's harder to stop. Who's stopping Kevin Durant?
Look, I think it's harder to stop Jordan than it is Kevin Durant. I just believe in that. Maybe it's because I grew up watching it so frequently. But to watch what Jordan did in the more physical era of the NBA. You can't be as physical in the NBA now as you were during the Jordan era. If you could be more physical with Kevin Durant, does that lessen his ability to score? He's the best scorer in the game today. Coach, I asked you this earlier. If you were drafting anybody in the NBA, anybody right now.
That's different.
You would draft a separate question.
It is a separate question and a good one, and I would take Durant. But look, all I know is coming up in the league as an assistant and then as a head coach, no one has ever forced you to change your game plan as much as Shaquille O'Neal did.
Yes.
In the tradition of big men. You could not go in and play your base defense against Shaquille O'Neal. I'm sure it was the same against Wilt Chamberlain, okay? Why don't we talk about those guys? Kareem, those were the unstoppable guys.
Because Shaq won all those championships without Kobe Bryant or Dwayne Wade. Oh, no, he didn't. That's my point. No, he didn't. And he was the best player on those teams. I'm not taking it away from that.
If you're going to talk about the word unstoppable, you have to me, it's Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain.
Yeah.
Those two are the most unstoppable guys.
Wilt averaged 50.
And 25
50 in a
boards.
season and wasn't the MVP.
Correct.
Come on now. There were 8 teams, and the average height was 6'4".
Wait a minute with the 8 teams. That actually made it harder. If there were only 8 teams right now, who would you be playing against every night?
What about this era?
Very quickly,
foul.
do you agree? If you could start an NBA team right now with any one player who's currently playing, would it be Kevin Durant?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So we have that settled. Okay.